Hello and welcome to my inking and coloring process of the Inktober prompt trip. I will upload the sketching process of the drawing very soon, and then I will also announce that you can already now go into my Buy Me a Coffee profile and download this ink drawing here, which you can then print out and color if that's your cup of tea. It's available for just $1. And now for the inking. I will just tell a bit about the inking process, and then at the coloring process I'll also just add a few notes. Other than that, it's just for you to relax and see the process of line work. Personally, I think it can be soothing to just see other people doing these line works over a sketch drawing. It's just very comforting. As you can tell, drawing straight lines has never been my thing. So when I ink something, I simply let go of perfection and I accept that my line work is squiggly and wobbly. You might just embrace that and use it creatively. In fact, I think that a slightly wobbly line can give some great life. Beneath my drawing is the pencil sketch. I have made a very low-fi light table using a piece of glass and the flashlight of my iPhone beneath it. I made a little tutorial which is linked here in the corner if you're curious to see how you can make one yourself. Now I will shut up and let you see the process. So talk to you when I turn to colors. Alright, that was the inking. As I will be only doing this prompt here of Inktober this year, you can hardly say that I obey the rules of Inktober. So I thought I might as well fluke the rules of materials also by using digital colors to color this artwork here. If you're an expert on rules of Inktober out there, please do write in the comments if you know anything about the rules of materials in Inktober. Could I, for instance, have been using watercolor to paint this drawing, or how are the rules in terms of that? The way I found a palette for this drawing is a really fun one. I saw this beautiful flower pattern at a flea market recently, and I took a photo of it. I then color picked and ended up with this nice limited palette. This became my dogma for the colors, and even though I added some other colors during the process, I think it's always good to try to limit your palette. I'll raise the speed now for the rest. You can still see some of the choices I do in terms of coloring along the way, but I just changed the speed now as it's not that interesting to see digital colors being blocked out this way. But a small technical detail, I chose not to be complete perfect about taking the colors all the way to the line work on purpose. You can see it some places. For instance, at the lamp it's very visible, and this is because I try to match that wobbly and imperfect style of the line work, just kind of playing around with it. At the end here of the color process, I was not satisfied. I think that, as in the same way when I colored the Inspired by Fairy Stories drawing, there was too much going on. So I removed some color layers, and voila, here's a much stronger drawing, I think, because it's more simple. It highlights the characters, and the hallway being colored creates this sort of vignette effect in the composition. And it also stresses the point of the story, this scene, which I also talk about in the pencil sketch video, that the professor and his assistant Conseil is on the way out in the great world. So this was, I think this was really good for the drawing, that I toned down the colors a bit. Less is more sometimes. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, have fun drawing.